Hi, everyone. Welcome to this live stream. My name is Gina. My spiritual name is Lakshmi. I am so excited to be here with you today. Today, we are talking about relationship with the guru in the field. I have had a teacher or guru for over 20 years, and so I'd like to pass on anything that I've picked up along the way. But first, let's understand why we're talking about this right now. So I have my trusty AstroVed calendar here, and it tells me that next Saturday, July 4th, is what's known as Full Moon of the Guru. It's called Guru Purnima, and that is the one day of the entire year that if you don't acknowledge or appreciate a guru the other 365 days, that is the day you give yourself, give honor, give recognition, give appreciation to the guru or teacher who has blessed your life. And we're going to get into what is a guru, but that's why we're having this call today, or this talk today, because Guru Purnima, Full Moon of the Guru, is the big day for gurus. And not just gurus who have embodied and are living on the planet currently, but ascended masters who have helped anyone, right? Like someone who's given themselves. So on this day, the earth plane is flooded with all of the ascended masters, the saints, the siddhas, the Brahma rishis, the rishis, who have assisted humanity in some way, Those are our gurus. Those are our teachers. And as they do, and they come to the earth plane on this particular full moon, one of the most powerful full moons of the entire year, this is where we then get to give back. We get to have gratitude for them. We get to honor them in some way, and they're close enough to the earth plane to receive that gratitude and then to give their blessings, give their grace. How do we give our gratitude? We can do it by way of sacrificing something. We can offer gifts. We can offer prayers. We can offer our love and devotion. They take a variety of means for reciprocation. So let's back up and talk about a guru and why and what it is. So first of all, this is the Shrimbrzi channel. Why are we talking about gurus here? The Shrimbrzi is a mantra for wealth. Well, the mantra for wealth wouldn't have been possible without two significant gurus. One, a Dr. Bhaskar Pillai. He's the one who brought this mantra to the world. And he is responsible for it being proliferated all over the planet. For every one of the millions of people who are chanting it, who don't even know who he is, he's the reason why this mantra is here and helping so many people. And the other guru is Vishwamitra. He became a Brahma rishi, who is the highest form of a rishi. He's gone through a lot of trials and tribulations and tapas and sadhana in order to get to the highest form of a rishi, a being, a high being, or saint. And he is the one who meditated for 1,500 years to receive the sound Brzi. He wanted to give to humanity a sound that could remove scarcity, that could create abundance, that could remove karma, could do all the things that we need as a person, as humans, to help remove the karmic patterns that keep us stuck and give us abundance, give us a beautiful life. And so he dedicated, imagine 1,500 years. I know your logical mind might kick in, well, a body doesn't live that long. Well, just read about him. There's stories. He goes into the Himalayas and he stops his breath. He can control his entire body mechanisms. It seems impossible to us, but these are the stories that we have in honor of Vishwamitra. So he was a king originally, and he wanted to be able to give to his people, to give to humanity. And when he finally attained that, over 1,000-year type of meditation, it became this Brahma rishi. He was given the name Vishwamitra, which means literally friend of the world. And so it is this friend of the world who has given us the Brzi mantra. And so we can't honestly use Shrimbrzi without recognizing and honoring the gurus, the teachers who have given us this mantra. And I think that's one of the secrets out there. There's so many people making videos about Shrimbrzi. There's so many people who use the mantra and have amazing results. But how many of them really know the backstory? How many of them give honor and respect to the benefit? Now the gurus don't go out there and say, well, you didn't give me recognition, I'm not going to let the mantra work. They give selflessly. It's up to us to add extra benefit for ourselves to honor them, right? We want to be in their blessings. We want to receive their grace. So that's the gurus for Shri Murzi. That's why we're talking about this topic on this channel during this time. So now what? So how do you honor? How do you appreciate? Let's take a little look deeper at what it means to be a guru. Now, I talked about Dr. Pillai and Vishwamitra. Now let's talk about other gurus. There's Maha Babaji, the leader of the Siddhas. There's Jesus Christ. There's any being who has a level of enlightenment and attainment that can then help us transform. And I bring up Jesus for a reason, because most of us are all very familiar with him. And he has components to the guru title that I'd like to bring light to. And one is that oftentimes, in order to seek the grace of, or receive the grace and blessings of a guru, there's a level of bhakti, which is devotional love, and surrender, which is sacrificing your personal agenda for that of the greater good, or for that of what the guru wants. And Christianity has both of those. So it's an interesting way that we can pull together this Christian methodology, in a sense, with a Hindu or Vedic methodology to see the similarities. If you have a guru who's living on the planet, such as Dr. Pillai, or whether you have some ascended master that you honor or worship, or whether you have someone like Jesus, and I'm putting him in his own category because we often don't think of him like this. So in any of these three scenarios, for example, you would want to connect with that being with love. That is called bhakti. Bhakti is a beautiful expression of devotional love. Think of Hare Krishna songs where they're just like in bliss and chanting and singing to Krishna. That is bhakti. That is devotional love. It is when you get just wrapped up in your love for God or a guru or goddess that you lose yourself. You lose yourself. So bhakti is just pure love. And I had a teacher once, and he said, love is what makes the connection work. And that always stuck with me. Love is what makes that connection work. If you have a teacher, you have someone you honor and appreciate, but if you don't deeply love them, the connection is not going to be as strong and powerful and useful and effective as if you had this love. You can't teach that, right? You can't learn that from a book. It's either you have it or you don't, or you cultivate it, or it happens over time. At the end of this, I'll tell you my story of how I met Dr. Pillai, and you'll see how my connection happened. So you have this love, this bhakti. Now, I also mentioned there's two things. There's bhakti, there's the devotional love, and then there's surrender. So we kind of move right into surrender from bhakti. Because if you think of the example of the Hare Krishnas, and they're dancing and blissed out to the music, the chanting of Krishna, the praising of the Lord. Praising of the Lord. And then what happens when you're in such deep love and devotion, the will of that being, the will of God, becomes more important than your personal will. And I don't mean that you don't have to give up what you want to create. It's not like that. There's not like a duality here. You can have it all. But to have such surrender to God, guru, goddess, in order for you to want what's best for them or humanity over yourselves, is a way of releasing your attachment to what it is you want to manifest. And when you release your attachment with what it is you want to manifest, and you're deeply in love with God and surrendered to the greater good, guess what? All beautiful things start coming to you. It's amazing how that works. I'll give you an example of my own. But this is how will without, I guess, desire without attachment kind of happens. So Dr. Pillai actually asked me to share this with all of you. And I haven't publicly mentioned this at all. So yesterday he made a video about willing things, but to do so in a way that is not with a strong I, meaning your big I, like your pride or your ego, but to manifest from a place of surrender, manifest from a place of purity. Earlier this year, I was blessed with the ability to receive a Mercedes, the first Mercedes I've ever driven in my entire life. And it came upon in a miraculous way. I love driving that car. I love how it feels. It brings a level of heightened consciousness and awareness to me. But I'm not proud. I don't feel like I'm better than anyone. It was a desire, but there was no attachment to it. I'm giving you this example because it's an example of how you might want to manifest in terms of your lack of attachment to this manifestation, and just the purity around it. Now, if Dr. Pillai said, "I want you to drive a Hyundai or a Toyota," or I'd be like, okay, we'll do that, right? But he didn't, and my personal manifestation was just that I wanted to have another level of consciousness. So I hope that this is landing. I don't know if I exactly described it as how I meant to, but the idea is behind the releasing of your attachment and then having God or divine bring you amazing results. Okay? So this is where we can learn also from Christianity. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. It doesn't mean Jesus, God, the Lord, is not going to shower upon you blessings of abundance. I think the slang in the Bible is, "I will give to you the ends of the earth," right? Like God is promising abundant things, even in the Bible. God is promising things in Dr. Pillai's God is not poor. We're not talking about being poor. We're talking about being abundant, but doing so in a way that is surrendered to thy will. And then thy will in this case is God, Guru, or Goddess, right? We're surrendering that will. And since we're talking about Guru Purnima, let's talk more about the Guru. So look at Christians again. You have a lot of leaders in that faith who have a lot of abundance, but we hope that they're doing so in a pure way, and that it is coming because it's God's will. That's what I wanted to say about Bhakti, the connection of devotional love, and how that leads to surrender, that thy will be done, not my will be done. And in that thy will, in that giving up, in that surrendering, guess what? You receive amazing blessings. And it is that fine line where you think like, I should do this or want this because this is what I want for me. When you release that and you just allow, God will give it to you. And that's what I meant about the Mercedes. I wasn't holding or trying to manifest or making sure I just, kind of fought my way to it. I was like, okay, cool, I want that. And then I released it, and then the showering of the blessings came. So this is a beautiful message for you to learn around Guru Purnima. Now, let's fast forward to next week. What should we do on Guru Purnima Day? How do you honor the Guru on this particular day? First of all, you can identify a particular Guru. Let's say Dr. Pillai, let's say Vishwamitra, for the sake of this channel. You can print out pictures of them. You can set up a little altar where you have a light, a candle representing the light of the Guru. Guru literally means the removal of darkness or the removal of ignorance. Dr. Pillai says that that's what gurus do. Their purpose is to remove the ignorance of those who follow them. And someone posted in the chat, thank you. Gu means darkness, Ru means remover. So the remover of darkness. And so that's why you have a candle also. You want to symbolize the light that is the Guru, that is the flame and the grace and the blessings that are coming from that being all the time. Remember, their whole purpose is to remove our darkness, remove our ignorance, remove our illusion. That is their purpose. Dr. Pillai says, it is not a glorious job. You don't want to be a guru. Because I just take people's garbage out all the time. So we want to remember that they've taken on a really hard job. Look at Jesus. Tough life, right? Like very hard job in order to cleanse people of their sins. Same thing, you're removing karma, you're removing darkness. So we want to honor them best we can. Print out a picture, have a candle, maybe some incense. You can offer some food. Make it a space for your guru in your life that day in particular. Make a space, a sacred space. Literally invite that being into your home. make a shrine, make an altar. Don't be afraid of it. I know there's a lot of taboo around this type of talk, like a guru or honoring. It doesn't mean you have to, it doesn't mean you blindly follow someone either. It doesn't mean it's a cult. It means you, in your heart, there emerges a passion and love for a person who has given themselves for removal of darkness, for light, for humanity. And so you make a sacred space, especially on this day. You light a candle and incense and offer some food, have a little glass of water, some flowers, lots of flowers if you have them. And then you pray. When you look, and Dr. Pillai says, you can look into the eyes of the being. If you have a picture of him, look into the eyes and make a prayer. Look deeply into the eyes, show light to the picture. Show light to the picture and make a prayer. On this day for Dr. Pillai, for example, you can use the Mula mantra or the miracle mantra. If you don't know what they are, just go to Pillai Center YouTube, search on Mula mantra and miracle mantra, and they'll come up. And you can play those. I would play those constantly on Guru Purnima. And then when you're doing your meditation, you're looking into his eyes. And guess what? If you can't print it, just bring up a picture online. We'll make a page available for everyone, like freely, to have all this information right in one place for you. Pillai Center will do that. And we'll send this link out soon. And just look at the image. Look at the image and connect and connect. And then ask for something. You can ask for something in return. But on this day, it's really special to just give. Just give your appreciation, give your love, your gratitude, just honoring the guru. So that's what we want to do. That's what a guru is. That's why this time is important and what you can do to connect with this being. Did we forget anything? Let me just check my notes. Also, a little bit, so I said I would talk a little bit about my relationship or my connection or how I found teachers in my life. Dr. Pillai wasn't my first teacher. I had a teacher before him, but he was very clear, I'm not your guru. I'm your teacher. There's a difference. And so, but I loved him, and that's where I was starting to learn etiquette around how you honor a being who has come here to teach us, and how you can learn and benefit and give back. Giving back is so very important. We know that gurus will just give. However, there is a reciprocation in the giving back that benefits you. Let's not forget, it benefits you. It's not, if you give a guru $1,000, $10,000, $1 million, it's not going to benefit them. It's only going to benefit you. Because when they receive anything from you, their blessings magnify that many more times, because you understand the value of what they're giving. This is a very important point. Gurus don't give in order to get. They give to give because that's their job. We give back in order to receive more, because we want to let them know, and we want to prove to ourselves how much we appreciate their giving. Okay? They do not give to get. We give in order to receive. So on this particular day, if there's even if you don't have any money, come up with something, like offer, a mango fruit, pick some flowers in your garden, give with love. But if you do have material means, donate to Tripura Foundation, give a Guru Dana. This is how we reciprocate our appreciation. In ancient times, they didn't have money necessarily, but they would walk for miles or days, and they'd come bearing gifts to the guru. And, Dr. Pillai tells a story where this king came with like horses and gold and all of this stuff to give to this particular guru in the ashram. And the guru was like, who does this guy think he is? He doesn't think this is already all mine. I am, everything in the world is mine, because I am one with it already. So the gurus don't need anything, but we need to give to them. So that's an important point. Getting back. So Dr. Pillai talks about how hard it is to be a guru. And let's just talk for a minute how hard it is to be a student. When you're relinquishing your personal agenda and desires to that of the guru, it can be a little sticky. It can be a constant remembering and a constant alignment with what that higher purpose is. And I've experienced that in my life. What do I want versus what is my service to Dr. Pillai and others, right? We just have to continually balance what that is. So how did I meet him? I told you I'd tell you this story. In 2000, it was February, and I had heard about this person from some other people who started studying with him and who had studied with my first teacher too. My first teacher was Dr. Frederick Lenz, and he, so there were some students there, and they said, come meet this other guy. He's the real deal. But Rama, my previous teacher, left the body, so we were looking for someone new. I went there, and sitting there and meditating. There's beautiful music. It's a beautiful hotel, and I'm like in the front, and I just, and they're like, okay, please rise. And so we all stood up. That's a way you honor the guru. You greet them with in a symbolism of humility and honor, just this, and by standing. Tip your head a little bit, you place your hands in prayer, and you stand up. And this is how you honor them. Now, some people get their ego stuck in it and like, oh, they want you to stand for them. No, you do that for you. It's all, whatever you do for the etiquette of the guru is about what you give to them. And I love that. Like, I love being able to have something I can physically do that represents that I honor some other being. It's not like no one's making me do it. It's that this is something you want to do. Okay, so standing like this, he walks in the door. From the moment he walked from the back room, you could see him enter the room and then walk to the stage. However many minutes it took for him to do that, I fell in love. I just went, oh, he's Indian, because my prior teacher was American. Oh, he's little, like he had a little body. And I was like, oh, and he had this big long beard, and he just shined light. He just shined this light, and I just went, oh. And he sat down, and I was taken. I get teary-eyed every time I just think of it. I was just taken by his love and his everything he emitted. Now, why did I have this immediate reaction? I had past lives with him. So if you have an immediate reaction to Dr. Pillai or any guru, it is most likely because you've had a past life experience with that person. And that's very normal. In fact, many people who connect with Dr. Pillai have had past life connections with him. That's why it's usually so immediate. And that's why sometimes we can't explain it. So totally normal. Anyway, that was my experience the first time. And then I was totally hooked after that. I just volunteered. I was of service. I did anything I possibly could to assist his mission, from cleaning his house to creating online programs. I did anything, and absolutely no charge. I didn't want anything for me. It was just my way of giving, and that is how you approach a guru. And I just did it because that was what felt good to me at the time. And then I fast forward 20 years. And here I am, I get to have a beautiful life. I get to live in beautiful locations. I'm in this beautiful home in Mount Shasta. I live in a beautiful home in San Diego. When we go to India and work there, I live in a beautiful home there. I am abundant with blessings, but not because I had an agenda about it, but because I gave my life and my time to this mission, to Dr. Pillai's mission. And I did so willingly. I did so because I wanted to. And this is an example. This is how I'm just trying to show you as an example. When you give, you receive. And when you give without attachments, you receive. And when you give without expectation, you receive. And that's what the guru can do. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. And if there's any questions in the chat, I'll take them now. All right, so some folks are asking about Guru Purnima. What we're going to do this year is play, for those of you who aren't able to attend any of the paid services for Guru Purnima, we are going to play a video from 2019 Guru Purnima. It's a beautiful 1-hour session of teachings and a meditation from Dr. Pillai, totally free. We're going to make a page for you where you can see a picture of Dr. Pillai, where you can have access to those videos that I just mentioned of that chanting, and give you a description of what you should do on this day to honor Dr. Pillai. So we're going to set it all up for you and give you everything that you need to connect. So there should be no restrictions. It's just your time and your energy to be giving to Dr. Pillai, and of course to yourself. If you're able to make a donation to Tripura Foundation, that is his charity. That is where his, what he's trying to do for others, not trying, but is doing for others in need. So that's the best way we can also give to him, because he doesn't accept gifts. Don't try to mail anything. It's not like that. But Guru Dana, in forms of donations, are welcome, because they don't go to him. They go to the programs that he's supporting to help others. Any questions? That's very sweet. Thea said, Babaji, I thank you for the trust you give. I count on you. And that's the way to come, right? So there's Shirdi Sai Baba is another like really amazing guru. If you aren't familiar with him, read up on his miracles and just how people would come to him. I think it was him who said, if you take one step towards me, I'll take 1,000 steps towards you. This is gurus are just extraordinary beings. Like, they are just endless givers. And then this one day of the year, we get to give back in some way, at least give appreciation. Okay, so this reminds me, in Pillai Center, we have done, we're asking for one thing from you, and that is you honoring Dr. Pillai in some way by sending a note or a video about how he's impacted your life. We're going to compile these and give them to him on Guru Purnima. First time we've ever done this. This is our way of literally giving him appreciation from all of the people out there who witness him, who have accessed his miracles and grace and have used them and changed their life in some way. Send us a note, office@pillaicenter.com, or send a link to a short video where we can be showing Dr. Pillai all these things. We would love to collect them. This is the time of the year where we're just heartfelt opening, giving to the guru. That's what it is all about. Can someone have more than one guru? Very good question. You can have multiple teachers, but oftentimes it gets a little messy, for lack of a better word, in terms of your main focus of devotion. So, for example, there's many beings that I love, but Dr. Pillai is my guru. There's no doubt about that. So he used to say, like, you can't be in two boats, right? You can't have one foot in each boat. Get into a boat, and that will give you the most benefit. Now, it doesn't mean you can't have more teachers, more gurus. Of course you can, and even Dr. Pillai learns from beings, but to have one main focus is the idea behind the guru. One main focus, but you can appreciate, love, and take from many, many others. And for that question as well, if you choose to have more than one guru, and again, nothing wrong with that, the direct blessings for each of them may be diluted unless you're fully devoted to at least one. And it would be hard maybe to be fully devoted to many of them because you would be diverting your attention. Not impossible. Definitely not saying you shouldn't do it. And there's never a reason to like restrict love and appreciation from anywhere you're receiving blessings. Okay? Hope that all makes sense. All right. Please make a live darshan of Guru Babaji on Guru Purnima. Yes, we will be doing that. Whether he does it live is himself, that's not been confirmed, but it will be a replay from 2019 when he did a live free session and an amazing meditation. We'll go ahead and wrap up. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hearing my story and being so willing to receive all of this information, blessings on how we can better ourselves, right? And how we can give back and how we can appreciate the beings who have sacrificed everything for our benefit. And so thank you. You're amazing. Let's all make a devoted effort to give to Dr. Pillai this year, to give to our these amazing teachers who have literally sacrificed their lives on our behalf. Namaste.